Good evening. It's September 15th, 2023, and we're here at the home of the Lewiston Blue Devils, where your Portland Bulldogs have come into Lewiston tonight. They are 2-0. Lewiston is 1-1 on the strength of a great win that they just had against South Portland. Portland, on the other hand, just had a 40-6 win at Fitzpatrick in a storm-shortened game, and it's the calm before the storm tonight. This is Steve Schwartz. Dave Levine is on assignment, and we are honored to have with us tonight Mike Rutherford, Fitzpatrick Award winner, football and baseball champion, great history teacher at Portland High School, and it's really, first of all, just a pleasure to have you tonight, Mike.
Well, I'm absolutely happy to be here. This is an honor to be with you and be on Channel 3. I've been coaching football at Portland High for decades. I've had these kids for 3 years, and I'm looking forward to doing the game. Great bunch of kids.
That's great. We're going to talk a little bit about Lewiston tonight. Lewiston has an explosive tight end, Joseph Doobie. He's really one of the best overall football players on the Lewiston team. Very good defensive end as well, and he'll be somebody to watch tonight, as will number 15, fullback Jeffrey Randall. He's their primary back. Look for the Dogs to try to force a fumble because he has several this season in an otherwise very nice season for the first two games. Lonnie Thomas is their quarterback, and he can throw, and he's accurate. And they have a couple of really interesting offensive and defensive linemen. Number 74 is, not sure of his name. He's 6'3", 305 pounds, and he is a very good athlete. A better athlete yet is number 76, J.J. Durr, 6'5", 240. So there's a lot of size there for the Dogs to contend with.
Well, like every game, I mean, as a defensive coordinator, you look at your opponent, no matter what they look like on record and tape, you respect your opponent. Now, on the other side, Portland, I mean, we're 2-0. An impressive win against Thornton Academy. We haven't beat Thornton Academy in, maybe 20 years. Huge win, big win against EL last week. The team is loaded with athletes. Regan Buck is a Fitzpatrick, probably a Fitzpatrick finalist. Louis Thurston's quarterback and doing a great job. You had senior Hunter Temple, who had a couple touchdowns last week. Aiden McGowan, a junior, is just, showing that he's a dude. We knew that last year as a coaching staff, but he had 4 touchdowns last week. He's been incredible. Brody Viola at tight end is a big target down the middle. They got Cordell Jones, a transfer from Gorham, who's probably the best athlete in the sophomore class, maybe in the state of Maine. That's a big transfer. And their line is awesome up front. They picked up 2 transfers from Massachusetts last year. Anthony Tavares, who's a Division I offensive lineman right now, talking to Coach Green, they really believe he's a Division I lineman. His cousin, Lissandro Rodriguez, is a dude at defensive end. They got Lavoie up front. They got Owen Swanson, Colin Kelly. These guys are just, and they got a ton of experience in that state game last year. Think about this team. These seniors, they went 8-0 as sophomores, lost in the conference championship to Marshwood. The following year, last year, they win the conference championship in a great game against South Portland. You were there in the rain. We lose a heartbreaker against Skowhegan. So you go from 8-0 to now conference champions. And I think this year, a state champion or bust. Talking to the coaching staff, talking to kids in school, Steve, these guys really believe that they're going to bring home a state championship, the first one since 2002.
They're a very, very confident team, but as you said, they do respect their opponents. Every week is a different week. Anything can happen. Tonight, it's a calm before the storm. As Tropical Storm Lee is moving in, you're going to see it get cloudy and maybe a little windy, but look for the Dogs to throw tonight.
Well, again, talking to the coaching staff, talking to the kids, I think they're going to go out and try to hit some home runs early and get some stats with Louis Thurston, who Louis Thurston doesn't get the press, all, Buck and Temple and McGowan, Cordell Jones, but I'll tell you, I coached Louis the last 2 years. He's one of the smartest players I've coached. Look today for him to hit some passes big to Buck and Jones and Temple. That's what I'm looking forward to.
And of course, folks, when you think about Thurston, you think think about that Thornton Academy game and that great 31-yard touchdown pass to win it at the end. And the whole ball management really was something to see at the end of the game, Mike. It really was
well something,
done.
With Esposito getting hurt last year, the first game of the year, remember, he had to come in a Kennebunk game at Kennebunk, and he threw the exact same pass, the screen and go, we call it Roxy and go, the same exact play that beat Thornton Academy, beat Kennebunk the first game last year. And he played in the Bonnie Hill game. Louis got some valuable games last year as a sophomore. And I'll tell you, going into this year, this isn't new to him. I mean, that experience last year, before we moved Kennedy to quarterback, Louis got, again, a valuable experience, and he's a team leader. And I'll tell you one thing, I expect him to have a big game today.
Folks, we're going to bring you all of the exciting action in a moment. So here come the Dogs as they're going to come through the banner.
Now introducing the starting lineups. First, the visitors, Portland Bulldogs, coached by Mr. Sean Green. And now your home team, Lewiston Blue Devils, coached by Mr. Jason Varsity. Just a friendly reminder to everyone in attendance that every sport is in need of game officials. If you are interested in learning how to officiate football or in any other sport for that matter, please contact your school's athletic administration for more information.
Once again, as you look, it looks like the numbers favor somewhat Lewiston.
Yeah, both teams have good numbers. That's good for high school football. Portland's dressing over 50. I think Lewiston has over 50. That's awesome news.
Tonight is Mr. Omar Parent. Your game announcer, Mr. Bob Blanchett. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, would you please stand? Honor America will play the national anthem.
We'll be ready for kickoff in a moment. So, Mike, we have the captains meeting at midfield.
Yeah, the captains this year are Regan Buck, Miles Hang, Hunter Temple, and Braden Wales. As we mentioned before, looking down at the Lewiston roster, they're dressing over 60 kids. We're dressing over 50, Steve. And I'll tell you, a few years ago when football was dying, this is great news.
It really is.
We played in 2 state championship games against Thornton Academy and Bond Eagle, and we dressed 28.
Let me see if I can get the captains for to Lewiston. Tafari Corson James is number 4. Number 76, we talked about J.J. Durr.
Big kid.
Number 15 is Jeffrey Randall. We talked about him, of course. And number 9 is Joseph Doobie. We talked about all of them at the beginning of the game. They're the stars of the team and the team leaders. So we'll see what happens here with the toss.
Yeah, and Stephen, getting some more inside intel on Lewiston, talking to a few friends of mine up here, is they're very big, very strong up front, not very athletic in the skill position, but look for them today to try to run downhill against Portland. You know, thinking they have a size advantage. I'm kind of guessing they're going to try to run straight ahead instead of go side to side. We'll find out.
That's great. I saw the referee do was kick on the side of Portland, so if that means that the Dogs are going to be kicking first, then that'll be what it is. And it sounds, if that's so, that they would have been deferring.
Well, you got to love Coach Green, too. He waits to the, a minute after the clock ends. They come out late on the road. Coach Green, young coach, likes that one-upmanship. And a lot of Jason McLeod was the same way. Get the other team waiting for you. And I think they're starting to walk the walk, which I like to see.
That's inside baseball that I would not be privy to, so I think that's, or any of us would be.
I think again, they honestly believe that they're a state championship team, and I think he's got the kids walking the walk, which means a lot. You want to intimidate teams before the game, and if it works, great. If it doesn't,
maybe next time you don't.
It doesn't. It looks like Lewiston is receiving.
And looks like Doobie is going to be deep, and Michael Click, number 5, as well as Jaden Sands. And I think their kickoff here, let's see if that's going to be Justin Bouchard.
It is Justin Bouchard.
He's 7 for 9 so far this year, folks, in point after attempts, and has not attempted a field goal yet. Or maybe he attempted. No, I don't think he attempted any yet. But here we go. It's a booming kick, and it's picked up at about the 14-yard line and brought back to about the 22-yard line, where Lewiston now will take over 1st and 10.
Well, I'm talking to Mike Marston, the defensive coordinator, a new one from Portland, had a ton of experience. Used to coach at Colby, Messalonsky, Winthrop, Skowhegan. He believes in pressure. We'll see what he comes out in the first place. See if he goes after the Lewiston team.
So to start, it looks like they're in the gun. Lonnie Thomas, quarterback. He's got 2 wide left and 1 in motion. 2 right rather. And yeah, he completes. Well, we'll see. Now they're going to call it a catch.
Great pressure by Colin Kelly. Got right on the quarterback's face. He almost caused a turnover.
It's a 7-yard pass for Thomas.
Penalty, though.
There you go. There's a flag.
Nope. Actually, they ruled it incomplete.
Oh, well, it's kind of what the players were talking about all along. So it'll be 2nd and 10 now. And the pitch. Oh, a nice tackle by 52 right there. Is that's Isaac Al-Kafaji, who's leading the team in tackles.
Actually, that was a great, again, I couldn't tell with his number. He's got his shirt kind of rolled up, but Isaac's had a great year so far defensively. They took him off the offensive line, and he's putting all his energy on defense. He's having a great year so far.
So it's a 1-yard gain. 2nd and 9. Looks like they're going to play it from the gun. Rolling right is Thomas, and he was looking for Click, and it's incomplete. Excuse me.
Well covered by Brody Viola. They were playing man-to-man with a 1 high safety. Very good coverage, good pressure by the Dogs. Great defensive series for the Dogs.
So it'll be a punt. Buck will be deep. And it looks like Click is the kicker. So he does a lot for this team. Senior. Also the backup quarterback. Line drive. Obviously a Lewiston bounce. And it will be down at about the 35.5-yard line.
Yeah, Polo was trying to set up a wall to their bench. I think they had it. If Buck picked that up on the bounce, I think they had the wall. I think it could have been a touchdown. It was well set up. Got a bad bounce on Bucky, but nice wall set up on the punt return. Now look, Steve, for offense, I'm guessing they're going to go deep early. I think they're going to, it's empty. I think they're going to go deep to Buck or Cordell Jones. That's what I'm guessing here. It looks like they're going to try to get a home run the first play.
And so it is. And it's intercepted by Thomas, the quarterback. So they did air it out, Mike. You called it.
Well, what they didn't expect, I think they expected cover 0, which means straight man-to-man, and Cordell Jones was open early in the post. The guy who picked it off for Lewiston came on the other side. I don't think they expected him to drop off. Well-designed play, but I don't think they expected that one safety hanging back.
That is Thurston's 4th interception of the year.
And the ball flooded a little bit at the end to allow the interception.
Lewiston takes over 1st and 10 on their own 45-yard line. This time under center is Thomas, the interceptor. And he hands it off. Oh, my gosh. Great penetration again by Al-Kafaji.
Isaac made a great play.
And it's a 1-yard loss, so it'll be 2nd and 11 from the 44.
That's 2 big plays by Isaac Al-Zafaji early in the game.
Once again, under center is Thomas. Fakes it. Inside, and that time number 75.
Anthony Tavares, Steve. They tried to run a little counter to stop the pressure, and Anthony Tavares made a great play. The play before, too, Colin Kelly really caused that play for Isaac to make the tackle. He got penetration and disrupted the blocking scheme. I think they're tough up front, Steve.
That's right. I mean, I think it's another just about a yard loss, but because it hasn't quite made it to the hash mark, it's 3rd and 11. Great play in the gun now.
Straight cover 0 for Portland.
And an interception. Temple, I believe.
It is.
And coming in for the tackle will be 76, J.J. Durr. But, hey, turnabout is fair play.
But again, in that play, Isaac Al-Zafaji is in the quarterback's face, caused him the rollout, caused him to throw a duck, and a great play by Hunter Temple. They were playing straight cover 0 against empty, and Temple made a great play. Great interception.
So the Dogs will take over on their own 49, 1st and 10. And just because the first one didn't work doesn't mean that they're not going to be looking once again here. This time it's McGowan, and he gets a yard maybe.
Yeah, a little inside off tackle, maybe a little power play. That's been very successful for them in the first 2 games. Lewiston did a really good job getting penetration and disrupted the scheme.
So actually they're going to give him 2 yards, so it'll be 2nd and 8. Thurston in the gun. He's got one in motion. Coming through. And it is Buck. Nice. Well, he's very close to the first down. He might be just a yard shy.
Yeah, a little jet sweep. That's that Regan's Buck. That's his play. That's his play since he's been at Portland. Picked up a good 6-7 yards. 3rd and 1. Good time to go deep here, Steve, because they're going to go for it in 4th down. Look for a play pass here, maybe.
Here we are, 3rd and 2. First down and more for the Dogs. Temple with a power run.
Picked up about 12. That was a single wing formation. That's the old Gorham offense when Gorham went to the state game probably 15 years ago. Got double tight, double wing. Everyone's got tight splits. Great little run by Temple. He actually he scored a touchdown last week in the same exact play.
Folks, that's knowledge you can depend on. My goodness. 1st and 10 here.
It's set
Buck.
up to little Roxy screen to little quick screen to Regan Buck on the Portland sideline, and that was set up perfectly. Regan, who has great hands in baseball, he usually doesn't drop the ball like that, but that was a well-designed offensive play. Cordell Jones is in the game.
And it's 2nd and 10 Dogs. They're on the 27.
Two guys in the backfield, Cordell Jones and McGowan.
Jones with the ball. Powers through on the right side. Big hole.
Cordell Jones on the carry.
Little off-tackle power there to Cordell. I'll tell you one thing. I saw him in junior high, and I'm not joking here. He might be the best athlete in the sophomore class in the state of Maine. This kid is going to be a Fitzy candidate his senior year. He's that good.
Well, he got 7 on that play, and it'll be 3rd and 3. Certainly 4th down territory here, Mike.
Oh, definitely two downs. Then the pistol formation.
And it's to Aiden McGowan. He shakes off one.
Got a flag coming in. We got holders coming back.
Flag on the play.
But I'll tell you, Aiden McGowan does this great. He had a guy in his face for a loss of 3 yards, and he picked up 8. This is what he did last week. This week against Thornton Academy. He bounces off runners. He's built like a tank.
That's a devastating blow right there, as it's a 10-yard walk, and it'll be a 3rd and 13.
I didn't see who it was on.
Or is it a 5-yard walk, maybe?
Well, it's a spot of the foul.
Okay.
So wherever the holding was, so it must have been downfield a little bit.
Yep. Fair enough.
But still 2 downs to get 8 yards, or 9 yards.
Dogs will be 3rd and 9 from about the 32.
Trips open formation. Offsides on Lewiston.
That's the call.
Good job by Coach Green going on a long count. Making it now a 3rd and 4. But I'd say that last play, Aiden McGowan's a weapon. The kid's a dude. If you get close to him, he's built like a tank.
Ball on the 22 now. 3rd and 4, as you said. Still, this time in the gun. Jet sweep coming the other side and straight through. Oh, my goodness. It was a great tackle there.
On the carry.
Number 8.
Joe Doobie on his stop for the Blue Devils.
Doobie's been playing pretty good defensively for these guys. That was another buck sweep. Lewiston did a great job forcing it inside, and Doobie made a nice play. So we got 4th and a long 2.
The Dogs will go for it here.
Look for McGowan running off tackle to pick up the 1st down. Oh, Buck's at quarterback. Little sweep to Buck.
Oh, my goodness. Very, very close.
Nice stop there on the left side of the Blue Devils.
Yeah, and they're going to...
I don't think he got it.
Thurston short of the 1st down.
Well, it's very, very close.
They're going to send in the chains. That was what we call a wildcat formation. Regan Buck lined up at quarterback with Aiden McGowan as a blocker. This ran an off-tackle play to try to get 2 yards. Lewiston did a great job forcing him to cut up quick. Looks like he's a little short from here, but we'll see.
See if I can hone in on it here with these binoculars. Well, one of the officials is blocking our view. First down.
Got it. Yes.
My goodness.
By a whisker, it looks like.
Absolutely.
Well,
my God.
They needed 2 yards, and they got 2 yards.
Second 2-yard carry in a row for Buck, and it meant something.
I'll give Regan Buck credit. He actually worked. He was fighting right to the end to get that 1st down. Four wide receivers, pistol formation.
1st and 10, ball on about the 18. Going deep in the left corner. That looks like a touchdown.
Got it.
It is. Touchdown, Dogs. I can't tell who
That looks like Regan Buck. Steve, it looks like Regan.
Regan Buck.
What they did, they went 4 wide receivers, and they spread them out, and we call it Vandy, four verticals. Everyone's running straight up the field, and Cordell Jones got the double coverage going up the seam, left Regan Buck by himself, and Thurston made a great pass and a great catch by Buck.
About an 18-yard touchdown pass. unofficially. And here comes Justin Bouchard. 7 for 9 so far this year, extra points. He's got a rusher coming in, and he kicks it through and true, and it's 7-0 Bulldogs. So with 5:34 left in the first quarter, the Dogs are up 7-0. So here we go. Justin Bouchard set to kick off from the 40. 2 deep. I don't know if the Dogs have the wind coming with them or wherever the wind is, they've got some wind.
I think they're a little against the wind, a little side wind. But I'll tell you, that touchdown, Coach Green put 4 receivers. He forced Lewiston go into a cover 0, which means no free safety. And he had Buck or Cordell Jones to throw to. He threw the ball for Buck. Buck made a great catch. Actually, it was pretty good coverage. But, Buck's one of the best athletes in the state.
So it's picked up at the 20 and just swarmed.
Cordell Jones on the tackle.
Yeah, and actually...
Isaac Alzafaji again.
And that was we really can't. Yeah, that's number 9 there that had the return, Doobie, and he held on to the ball well because there was a swarm of Dogs there, and you could see them kind of poking to try to get that ball out.
Portland's coming out and what I call a 51, a couple down safeties. They're playing an odd front.
Couple of yards.
Jeffrey Randall on the carry.
Henry Spencer, a nice play to nose guard, made a play.
Bulldog defensive line.
So only a 1 yard
up front, Steve. They got Spencer, who's a dude at nose. They got Tavares on one side, Kellen the other, Isaac Alzafaji at one end, Rodriguez at the other. Their front five's as good as anybody. That allows Brandon Wales, the middle linebacker, to stay unblocked. But they've dominated the line of scrimmage in 2 series against Lewiston so far.
2nd and 9. And, what a hit! What a hit by Braden Wales. Penalty.
No, this is the football. Miles Hang made that play, though. Miles Hang, as corner, forced him in. He made the play, and Wales closed him out. We call Wales cleaned him out, but Miles Hang, I'd give him credit for that tackle. Miles made a great play.
A 2-yard gain. It's 3rd and 7. The ball is on the 34-yard line of Lewiston. Number 1 in motion. Rolling back is Thomas up the middle, almost picked by Buck.
And give credit to Anthony Tavares there. Again, unblocked in the quarterback's face. The quarterbacks had no time. Defensive backs look great when that front 5 gets pressure on the quarterback like that. Almost was another pick. But credit Anthony Tavares for that play right there.
So we're going to have another punt here for the Blue Devils with Buck deep.
Let's see if they set up another wall. They set up a nice wall to their bench. Coaches love to set up walls to their bench. Always have. Let's see if he does it again.
That's in the air. Should be caught by Buck. He muffs it, and he's just going to fall on it. Fortunately, we have a late hit. A late hit as Buck had the ball on about the 30 and fell on it. So if it stays, then it'll be 15 yards, I think, tacked onto it.
Yep, 15 yards from the spot.
And they are going to call it a personal foul. So rather than the 35, it'll be at close to midfield here on the 50.
This is a great time to do a little play pass, go deep. We'll see if Coach Green's going to do that. I know he wanted to throw early and often. Let's see if he does it. He's got Cordell Jones split way out left with Buck. Lewiston's backing off both guys.
McGowan takes off on the right side. What a run. It looks like about a 16-yard carry for Aiden McGowan.
But give that again, though, Steve. The big guy, 76 for Lewiston, came in unblocked, had his hands all over McGowan. He just shook him off like he was nothing. I tell you, he's done that in the first 2 games. You better gang tackle him. You're going to try to tackle him by yourself. It's not going to happen.
1st and 10 Dogs now. The ball on the 39-yard line of Lewiston.
Same formation with Buck and Cordell Jones split out left.
And this time they go to Buck, and he sidesteps and straight up the middle. Here we go, folks. He's got daylight. He's got to score. 39-yard touchdown pass for Thurston.
Now, that was the exact same screenplay they ran the other way where Buck dropped it. The exact same play. Coach came back to it. It was a touchdown if he caught it last time. Coaches are pretty smart. Let's throw it on the other side. Cordell Jones made a great block downfield.
So in that series there, 2 in a row here, 18-yard pass for Buck, 39-yard pass caught by Buck as Thurston is on fire here. And we have a late entry in as Justin Bouchard is set to try to kick the extra point. They may have to, looks like they may have too many on the field. I don't know what's happening here. I guess they're ready.
I did have Cordell Jones and Buck in my class last block today, and they were talking about this new formation and running these plays. So I had a little inside information.
Oh, my gosh, that's terrific. 14-0 Dogs with 3:29 left in the first quarter. So Justin Bouchard busy tonight, kicking off, kicking extra points. 3.5 minutes left here in the first quarter. The Dogs are up by 2 touchdowns. Picked up short at about the 28-yard line. And a nice run outside.
Tackled by Miles Hang.
By Kenny Foss.
I tell you though, Steve, we had replay. We're going to see it when they watch it this week. When you see that screen, you're going to see Cordell Jones downfield blocking all the way to the end zone. Exactly how you teach it. I know Coach Green's going to show that play over and over again to the team and says, this is how you block downfield when you don't get the ball.
And you know, folks, when you've played as long as Mike did and you've coached as long as he did, you can see certain things that other people don't see when you're looking at the game.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. As a coach, I love seeing that. I tell you, Poland's defense on the field, they haven't given up first down yet. They've been tough up front.
Here we go, 1st and 10. Once again,
Isaac Al-Jafaji and Miles Hang. Isaac's having a game right now. You can't stop him. Can't block him. Miles Hang, good job getting the read from corner, coming up, read and run, coming up and finishing off the tackle.
So it's 2nd and 14. The ball on the 39. The Dogs had it there a little bit ago. They scored a touchdown. Here we go. Oh, almost intercepted. Hands on that
Miles
ball.
Hang. Miles Hang got the read and he jumped the route. Again, pressure. Wales on a stunt. Up the middle, got it untouched, forced the quarterback to throw quicker than he wanted to, and Miles Hang read it. Great defense. Every play, they've got a guy in the quarterback's face.
3rd and 14 now. Ball still on the 39-yard line.
Empty formation by Lewiston.
Which means what, Mike?
That means there's no running back. They got 5 receivers. Poland's playing straight man. Straight cover 0. They're coming with 6 guys.
Well, nice effort, but no dice. As Doobie gets the catch. And
Regan, Buck, and Viola on the tackle.
About a 7-yard gain. It's not going to be maybe a 10-yard gain even, but or 9 yards. But it's not going to be enough.
Regan Buck is walking pretty gingerly right now. I know Coach does not want Regan making a ton of tackles.
Well, there you go.
Remember last year in the state game, he got hurt early, tackling that big Skowhegan quarterback. That really hurt us, both sides of the ball.
So nobody back for the Dogs. And looks like it's going to go through the end zone.
I think the Dogs anticipated a fake punt midfield. I would anticipate it too. Lewis has got nothing to lose, down 14. But to get back to Buck, we got to keep him healthy. He's so valuable again. To me, he's going to be one of the 3 Fitzy finalists, and we got to keep him on the field. Portland does call all their plays with signs and hand signals. They don't huddle up.
Yeah, they do have signs, all kinds of signs.
Yeah, that's a new way of coaching football. 2 guys in the backfield. This is their power set. They got Cordell Jones and McGowan. Anticipate a power off tackle to offensive right.
And there you go. Just as it was called.
Little trap there, I think. Not seeing replay. Cordell Jones, a little trap up the middle. Picked up 11. Yeah, I like that kid, man. What a great pickup for Portland.
And I hear that just wait till he gets on the basketball court.
I've reffed him. I saw him in 7th and 8th grade. Remember, he played junior high football with the Portland kids. And he moved to Gorham for high school.
So 1st and 10 Dogs as they took it from the 20.
Little off tackle to McGowan.
Yeah, oh my gosh, straight up the middle, and he's off to the races. He's got one to beat. And he does. Oh my goodness. That was a 69-yard touchdown for Aiden McGowan.
Little off tackle to the right, maybe a power. They might have pulled the backside guard. I don't think he was touched, Steve. He usually breaks tackles. He didn't need one.
My goodness.
You know what's funny, though? I played golf with his dad, and I don't know where he gets. He must get the athletic ability from his mom. I'm just saying. I mean, his dad's okay, but he gets it from someone. His dad was a pretty good athlete.
I bet.
From New Jersey. Yeah, played football at a high school down in New Jersey.
Here comes Bouchard now for the extra point. Up and
hit the upright.
Yeah, no good. Okay, so Bush is 2 for 3 so far tonight, and it's 20-0 Bulldogs. We can't get out of the first quarter. There's 1:15 left. We'll be back in a moment. We're back once again. Takes a bounce at the 15-yard line, straight up the middle, and a little bit of daylight. Let's see, the tackle was made by Jack Martin.
Jack Martin, great tackle.
It's a nice return, and the ball is going to be placed on the 38-yard line where Lewiston will take over 1st and 10. There's 1:08 left here in the first quarter.
And I call defensively, we're playing a perfect game. We haven't got a first down. We've had a takeaway. Right now, the defense is playing great. Isaac Al-Jafazi again with Hunter Spencer picking him up, knocking him out of bounds. Here's what you got to stop doing. They've tried to run 5 times on Isaac trying to get outside. They haven't done it yet. You got to give that up, and you got to try something else. Right now, they're 0 for 5.
What about going the other way?
They haven't really tried, I think, because Rodriguez on film looks so dominating. I think they picked the best. I mean, they're both good. They haven't tried Lissandro yet. I tell you, Isaac, you better stop trying that. They haven't got any yards yet.
Yeah, no, it's a 2nd and 13, a 3-yard loss.
Paul is in the same defense.
Oh my gosh, a sack.
That's Wales.
Well, it may not have been a sack, but my gosh, great play by Wales.
What they do, Steve, there, we ran this last year, they're playing a nose guard, and Brandon Wales is the only linebacker, and they're doing the nose guard goes left and he goes right. A nose guard goes right, he goes left, and he went in untouched there. So technically, if he's blitzing every play, they're running a 6-man front. Then Lewiston can't figure it out yet. Look for a screen here by Lewiston. My guess is Coach Marston for Poland is yelling out, screen, 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 screen.
3rd and 17 now for the Blue Devils. They're backed up to about the 32. And there's something. We'll see.
A bunch of movement. I don't know.
Yeah. You're calling offsides.
They call it on us. Well, the best way, Steve, to stop a pressure defense is to go on long counts. And they're going to get that when they play, the Wyndhams in the Oxford Hills. And I give Coach Marston credit. He's dialing up. He's not sitting back. He's sending 6 guys every play.
So, folks, it's the end of the first quarter. The Dogs are in front 20-0. So here we are at the start of the second quarter. The field will move, switch around. Well, we're going to have a timeout, Lewiston. So that's how they start the second quarter, and we'll take 1-2. So we are back. Steve Schwartz, Mike Rutherford for WPPS TV3.
Lewiston's out in an empty formation, no running back, straight man-to-man by Portland.
Intercepted!
Braden Wales.
There you go. Tremendous. About a 6-yard return or so, but what a great catch in the middle there, Mike.
Well, what Marston did different there, the defensive coordinator, instead of playing a straight cover 0 and sending Wales, he left Wales back. So Wales was the extra guy.
So we have a Lewiston player down, and he is really down for the count. So they're rushing out, and we're going to take a timeout. Okay, folks, so we're back as number 6 walks off. Lonnie Thomas, the quarterback.
Good time to go deep here after a turnover. They got 4 wide receivers. They got Buck and Cordell on the same side again. Temple and Viola out to the right. McGowan in the backfield by himself. And they do. Wide open.
Go deep. Wide open. Cordell Jones. Oh, my goodness, folks.
Great place to do it after a turnover. Cover 0, no free safety. Little post route by Cordell Jones. Great play fake to McGowan. Hit him right in the numbers.
38-yard touchdown pass for Thurston to Jones. 26-0, and that's how the Dogs come out in the second quarter.
Jones on the reception.
Again, set up by a great defensive interception by Braden Wales.
Dogs firing on all cylinders right now. It's up and looks through. It is. So the Dogs take a 27-0 lead. 11:47 left here in the first half. We'll be back. Here we go. Justin Bouchard to kick off from the 40. He's been very busy tonight. Short kick. Takes a bounce. Picked up at the 25. And Lewiston will start at about their 33 or so.
But, Steve, get back to that last defensive series on an interception. This is great about football. Lewiston's only play they had was empty, a little over-the-middle slant, and they completed it. This time, they let Brandon Wales down.
Thomas being taken off on a cart, that may be it.
That's not good for
him.
Lewiston.
Let's see who's going to be the quarterback. Click is listed as the backup, but suiting up there is, it looks like lining up is 15. Got a handoff there.
Inside trap.
Yep, first one in is 81.
That's Brody Viola, and actually Hunter Spencer made a play too.
The quarterback is Jeff Randall now.
Henry Spencer, not Hunter Spencer. Henry Spencer. Great play by Henry. think you're going to see Lewiston not throw it and just run straight ahead for a while.
Yeah. 2nd and 7, an unfortunate chain of events here. There's Al-Kafaji. This guy was...
a face mask by Tavares coming in.
Yeah. And number 53 in on that tackle was Henry Spencer, too. I'm not sure who it was.
Henry's playing well. This is what I thought Lewiston would do at the beginning of the game with their size, run straight ahead of Poland, but they went side to side, and I don't think you can go side to side on the Dogs.
So that's the 3rd penalty on the Dogs to none so far against Lewiston.
That's the first down for Lewiston.
Oh, my gosh.
Now, Lewiston had a personal foul on a kickoff. On a punt. They had a 15-yard penalty.
As well, yeah. But so 1st and 10 Lewiston here. To ball on the 42. The 43 here.
Little counter by the quarterback.
And Portland not fooled.
No. Again, Spencer was in the tackle. Tavares.
Henry Spencer on the tackle for the Bulldogs.
It's a 2-yard loss, it seems.
Henry came out. When Henry Spencer comes out as nose guard, they bring in an extra defensive back. I think they bring in Joey Baker as an extra defensive back on passing downs. So they go from a 5 front to a 4 front.
I think the ball is spotted about a half a yard beyond the markers, so it's going to be listed, I think, as 2nd and 10 still. So no gain, no loss. Center's got to wait for the rest of his team. And
delay a game, Lewiston.
Delay a game on the Blue Devils.
And that's the first penalty for the Blue Devils.
Except for the 15-yard penalty on a...
Oh.
Remember they had a punt, they went late on Buck.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I'm sorry about that. It's their second with the unsportsmanlike. So their second penalty. And now 2nd and 15. As the ball is backed up to the 37-yard line. One wide right. Oh, they're going to throw. And it's going to be intercepted by Buck.
Interception.
My goodness.
Great. Again, the pressure by Isaac. Isaac Alafagi was right in his face, forced the quarterback to throw quicker than he wanted to. Buck steps in front of it. Every interception today was caused by pressure on the quarterback. Great defensive series for the Dogs.
Yeah, they are really just playing. They're just so well in every facet of the game tonight. In fact, the only facet they're not playing well in is punting. They haven't had to.
Oh, they're going for a home run again.
Oh, my gosh. That's a great hit right there. I think it's going to be listed as an incomplete pass, but they're going to, if they call it a fumble, it'll be a touchdown.
Oh, he scored. Big kid.
So I guess you could tell right away the referees are not ruled that as a forward pass.
Yeah, I was looking at the Buck running the post route, and he actually was covered, and I think it forced Louis to hold it for a little bit longer. It was definitely a play pass looking for Buck deep.
Touchdown was J.J. Durr. And that was a fumble.
Now credit that play again. The secondary shut down the play pass. Thurston had to bring it down. Got stripped of the ball. I don't know if he was down or not. But according to the referee, he wasn't down, so I guess he wasn't down.
There's no real way to review certainly video. Did the officials sometimes say, hey, look, we want to talk this over? Or not often?
They can always talk about it, but in that situation, down 27-0, that Lewiston's at home, I think the referees are going to let the play go.
Right, regardless. Right. Smart move. So we'll see what happened here.
Again, I wish I had a replay because I was looking downfield at Buck running the post route, and he was covered. But that's something Louis, my guess is Coach Green's going to sit and watch the film and say, Louis, we got a one-man route. If he isn't open, airmail it. Just throw it 10 yards over his head, and now it'll be 2nd and 10. By holding on to the ball, allows a sack, and something like that can happen. That's something for a young quarterback to learn.
Mm-hmm. So going for 2. And
great defense by a whole bunch of dogs.
Goodness.
I think Kelly was in there. Isaac Alzafazi again. If Isaac's the leading tackle, he's going to keep it. He's having a great game, monster game.
27-6 is the score, folks. 9:07 left in the first half. Jeremiah Spradley on camera tonight. 2 brothers, 3 brothers really on the team all together, which is just great. Squibb on the right side. If it goes, there'll be a penalty.
Poland will get to choose either re-kick or take the ball at the 35. It looks like they're going to take the ball at the 35.
And is that the way it always is, Mike, no matter where it goes out of bounds?
If it goes out of bounds above the 35, like at the 40, they take it to 40. So if it goes back over the 35-yard line, you have a choice, re-kick or take it to 35.
What if it had gone out at the 50?
They take it to 50.
I got it. Okay, so
yeah.
That's where
whatever hurts the kicking team the worst.
Yep. 1st and 10, 35.
My guess they're going to go back to the ground for a little bit. Probably McGowan, get some yards. And they do. Same play that he scored.
And this time he's pulled out of bounds.
Picked up 5.
Kenny Foss on the stop. Aiden McGowan on
Kenny Foss brought him down.
3 yards.
But he gets, he gets about 5 yards on it.
Yeah, I mean, you don't want to throw the ball right away and give it, a tip ball or a fumble. Don't give Lewiston any more momentum. Sit and have a nice long drive. Get yourself up 34, 35 to 6 at halftime.
Second and 5, Dogs. Ball on the 40. Buck comes the other way.
Jet sweep the
Goes
Buck.
Up the middle. He gets about 11 yards on that.
Well, that's Regan's signature play. You get him on a jet sweep, he's really, really hard to stop.
He's got 3 touchdowns tonight, folks.
Well, he's showing. I'm telling you one thing. He's the Carpenter kid for Leverett is the odds-on favorite for the Fitzy, but I'll tell you, the way Regan Buck's playing, he's going to give him a run for his money.
Dogs have the ball 1st and 10 on the Lewiston 48.
Little wing twins
49.
formation, little motion. Temple on the Buck sweep. On the jet sweep.
Yeah, and that's a great play by Jaden Sands.
Got a penalty. Holding on Portland. My guess they won't take it. They'll take the ball where it's at. Great defense by Lewiston, stringing out. To defeat the jet sweep, you got to just string it out, and they did. They strung it out really well. Temple had no lane to run in, so he had to go out of bounds.
So
they are. Let's see. They could take the penalty, which will bring it back 10 yards, but they get the down over. They are going to take the penalty. I'm surprised.
Ball will be moved back to the Portland 31-yard line.
So 1st and 20 now for the Dogs. Little confusion here as they get set up.
Dogs are in their wing twins formation, which is a run formation for these guys. Looks like they're running off tackle, power to the left. Long count. Offside's Poland. They were running off tackle to the left. Getting a little sloppy right now for the Dogs.
Illegal procedure called on Portland.
Another 5, so it'll be 1st and 25 now. The motion penalty for the Dogs.
I think it might be a time to go back to that little Roxy screen, little quick screen to Buck here. There's only 2 people. It's 2-on-2 out here. They got the numbers. And they do. This time to Temple, though.
My goodness, what a call, though. And here goes Temple on the left side. And he's going to go in. He is simply going to go in, folks.
60 yards. No, 64 yards. Well, you know, it's stealing. You got 2 defensive backs covering Temple and Buck with no extra safety. It's a numbers game. You make 1 block, it's a touchdown. I mean, a good offensive coordinator, whoever it is, and Sean Green's great. He sees that. I get the numbers. I'll throw it all day long. You know, as a defensive coordinator, you cannot allow to be outnumbered on a quick screen. They just did. Instead of going to Buck, they went to Temple.
Bouchard through and good, and 34-6 with 8:03 left in the first half. We are back. Justin Bouchard picked up at the 20. Oh, nice open field tackle by Jack Martin.
Jack Martin's had a couple of special team tackles. Flag down. We got a flag up on the far near the 34-yard line. Looks like it's on Lewiston, according to Isaac Alzafaji.
Face mask.
No, Dogs. It's a 15-yard penalty tacked on.
I mean, these are things that, you know, they may not matter when you're losing 34-6, but there's certainly things you got to work on when you're playing better teams.
I know Sean Green, and all head coaches are perfectionists, and he won't be happy with that. And the kicking game's got to get a little better. You know, you can't be kicking the ball to the 30-yard line against good teams. So they've got to work on the kickoff a little bit. And he's a young kid; he's only a freshman. But a penalty like that, he won't be. Coach Green will not be happy.
So it is 1st and 10 from their own 48-yard line. Lewiston with a replacement quarterback for the rest of the night here.
Great play by.
Oh, my gosh, what penetration.
Lissandro Rodriguez came from the other side of that play, Steve.
And Miles Hang.
Miles Hang forced him inside, and Lissandro chased him down from behind. What a great defensive play.
And, I mean, that's how Lewiston's been starting, though. Every set has been with a loss.
Yeah, they've had 1 first down.
So it's a 5-yard loss. It'll be 2nd and 15.
Poland staying right in that odd front. I call it a 51. A couple down safeties. Wales been going almost every play. Straight ahead run. Stuffed. Oh, got loose. Good run by Lewiston. Henry Spencer on the tackle again, along with Isaac Alzafaji. They had him stop in the backfield. Lewiston kid kept his legs going.
Very good for about 6.
So a 6-yard gain.
Blue Devils.
I think you're going to see Coach Marston dial up some pressure here in 3rd and 6.
Ball just over midfield here for Lewiston. Handoff up the middle and a great stop. Let's see who's on the ground.
Spencer's there again. Spencer and Tavares. Yeah. I see Lewiston going 4th and 4. Lewiston's got one on the 45-yard line. I think you see Lewiston goes for it. Spencer came out. Cordell Jones replaced him. That's an extra defensive back. So when Henry Spencer comes out, Poland jumps into a 4, more of a 4-3 type look.
4th and 3, and as you predicted, they're going to go for it.
They're dialing up pressure.
Yeah, we'll see. That's.
I thought Lewiston flinched.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, and very good call. And I'm not even sure that the Portland player jumped off sides just by moving.
No, Lewiston flinched. They're going to kick it now, my guess. Yeah, they're kicking.
Thomas is he's done for the game, looks like. And then here comes the punt. Takes a Lewiston bounce all the way down to the 20, about the 19-yard line.
Inside the Portland 20, where he will take over first and 10.
5:24 left here in the first half, folks. 34-6 is the score. Dogs in front. Steve Schwartz, Mike Rutherford tonight, and Jeremiah Bradley for WPPS TV3 and YouTube. The Dogs take over first and 10.
Gonna run in formation. Anticipate McGowan off tackle.
Find some daylight on the right side. First down and more.
Aiden McGowan on carry. First down.
Picked up about 15.
Out to the
Runs hard. Off tackle. He's hard to tackle. You can't tackle him one-on-one. Again, he did that in the Thornton Academy game, too, so it's not like he's doing it against the lower-level teams. This kid's a dude.
You know, he came into this game one of the leaders in SMAA with 260 yards.
And he also plays defense, special teams. I don't think he comes off the field.
In fact, I think in Class A North, he's a leader. Buck on the other side. Tries to get out, gets a nice 4-5 on it.
Yeah, another jet sweep. Again, his signature play, jet sweep and quick screens.
If you look at their signal board, it's they have Facebook, I think. And,
yeah, a lot of those.
Buffalo Wild
It's funny,
Wings.
Steve. A lot of those are dummy signs. A lot of them are real signs. If you're given signs, you want the defense to not know what the hell, where they get the signs from.
I get it. 2nd and 5.
They're in their running set again. This is their power set. They like power going toward Viola, number 81. Yep, little power play right there.
What a
Actually,
move.
They had counter.
They had Buck coming through in the sweep, and on the right side, here's McGowan. What a run.
carry, run out of bounds there.
10, 20, 30 yards.
30-yard run brought down by Foss.
Well, again, if you look at an offensive coordinator, you run the jet sweep, jet sweep, jet sweep. Now you put the jet sweep guy in motion, and you fake it to him. You give it to McGowan going the other way. We call it a counter. Counter definition is just the opposite of one play. So you think jet sweep, all of a sudden you fake the jet sweep, you pull Viola through the hole. It's a little counter play, and it works very well. I don't like it as a defensive coordinator. You're trying to stop one play and they run another play. Now you get the defense guessing. Are they going to run jet sweep? They're going to run counter. You can't stop both. And remember, that's why Marshwood was so good. Marshwood would run 3 different plays in the wing T. They'd run the fullback, they'd run the back, and they'd run a waggle. You can't stop all 3. John Wolfgram probably had 10 state championships running 3 different plays.
Oh, my goodness.
You can stop 2 out of 3. You can't stop 3 out of 3. And that's why Paul's going to be hard to stop.
We'll be back, folks.
Oh, they gave McGowan a break. McGowan came out. Lisandro Rodriguez, the guy from Lowell, Mass., a junior. He's now in the backfield. Let's see how he can do. A little power to him off tackle.
Boy, he can go. He's got about 4 devils on him.
Oh.
Wow.
Well, picked up around 8 yards. We got another Lewiston kid hurt.
That was Doobie that came off the field. He took a vicious hit from Tavares.
I think it was. We don't have replay, but I saw Tavares standing over him, and Tavares is a dude. But a great run by Rodriguez. That's good to have a backup that can run like that. And Rodriguez is staying in the game. He's the only guy in the backfield. Viola is set up in an H-back position. Little motion to Viola. Oh, power right off tackle to the right. Oh, running downhill, Rodriguez picks up about 12. Great power run there by Rodriguez. Well blocked. Good job by the Poland offensive line.
J.D. Brown on the stop for the Blue Devils.
So Rodriguez has picked up 20-plus yards and 2 carries.
Might say that it was Jeremiah Spradley who picked up that there was a change.
He did, and Rodriguez is staying in. I don't think McGowan's hurt. I think he's just taking a little break.
Yeah. He's having a monster night. We'll total that up for you at halftime. On the sweep again, but straight through, as you had suggested, little
fake the buck, and this was more of a trap up the middle, but same type of things. Don't look at counter trap, same thing. Whatever it is, you fake it the buck, you come inside to Rodriguez, great run.
9 yards.
I think you're going to see Rodriguez, if he stays in the game. Oh, they just took him out. McGowan is back in.
Well, he had a nice set right there, though.
30-plus yards and 3 carries.
And that just speaks to the depth of the Dogs.
Oh, my God. Now they got Cordell Jones in the backfield with McGowan. Again, looks like a running set once more. Little off tackle to McGowan.
In the middle.
First down. First down.
Yep.
McGowan on the carry. Good for another Portland first down. First and goal inside the 10.
What do you give him that? About 6 on that? Or?
I'd say 6. First and goal at the 7. I don't think you'll see it in the air, Steve. I think you're going to see they'll pound the ball into the end zone. The wing twins pistol look.
Rolling out to the right.
Miles Hang. They'll play pass, faking to McGowan. They try to slip Miles Hang out on the flats. Miles hit him right in the hands. And I got to tell you, Steve, Louis Thurston's stats coming in was 4 for 15, but he's had 4 drops. 9 for 15 is really good, and that was another drop right there. So stats can be deceiving. If the quarterback's hitting guys in the hands, his stats isn't great. His stats can be really good if you catch the football. But Miles will be the first one to tell you that he should have caught that ball.
Second and goal from the 7. This time it's Jones.
All right, got it down to the 2.
Cordell Jones on the carry, met there by a host of Blue Devils.
So 5 yards for him.
Obviously 4 down territory. 2 downs, just get 2 yards. Maybe 2.5. Running set with Viola lined up as an H-back position and a heavy set, I call it, pistol.
McGowan with the ball tries to go around and a nice tackle.
That was funny. That didn't look crisp. There was an issue with the handoff. It wasn't a crisp offensive play.
I think that was Dylan Whitlow in on the tackle there.
4th and goal from the 5. Yeah, I don't think coach is very happy with that. That looked sloppy from the very beginning. Wouldn't be surprised if they call a timeout here with 35 seconds left and talk about it. They'll call timeout. They're going to wait for the clock to count down.
20 seconds left here.
They're going to wait right down. Yep. Coach called timeout right at the last second. Now, as a coach, this fourth down's huge. Right before halftime. Granted, it is 34-6. The game's over. But you want to score. As a coach, you're saying, we're not going to let up. We just ran a crummy play. We want to finish. Don't be tired. They want to stick it in. Coach will be really pushing here to get these guys. This is huge. We don't want to go in 34-6. We want to go in 41-6.
And why not kick it here?
They can. They could work on their kicking game, but I knowing Coach Green the way I know him, they've been a nice drive. To him, that's Lewiston beat him on that. As an offensive coordinator, I want to score. I want to score a touchdown. We're first and goal. You can work on your kicking game, but guess what? I don't see the kicker in there. He's going to try to score a touchdown right here.
Yeah. And I think you see that more and more in high school, really, don't you?
If you got a great field goal kick for the game's close right now, but I think it's a pride thing. As a coach, we're not going to give in. We're first and goal. We're going to score right here. We're better than you. We're going to get 5 yards in this play. So I'm sure he has a play in his playbook to get 5 yards and score a touchdown. I wouldn't be surprised if they come back to the quick screen again. Now, Lewiston is putting an extra guy out there. No, they're not. It's still 2-on-2. They run quick screen. It's a touchdown again.
And instead, Buck takes a direct snap.
Yeah,
Does
Buck,
he make it?
Nope, he did not. Yeah, they ran a wildcat formation. Regan Buck at quarterback. Remember they ran it early in the game and got the first down on 4th and 2? Yeah. Although a great offensive half, I'm sure coach is not going to be happy not getting it at the end of the half.
So there's 9 seconds left here, and you have to think that
Lewiston will take the knee.
Will take a knee. They don't want to take it in the end zone, though.
No. But Poland only has one timeout left, so they can't get the ball back. So they'll just run a quarterback sneak. Yeah, quarterback sneak. Might have been the best offensive play.
Folks, we're going to go into the locker room with the Dogs up 34-6, and Mike and I are going to be with you in a moment to recap the first half. So, Mike, the Dogs take a 34-6 lead here in the first half. What an offensive effort today. 143 yards and 1 touchdown, 69-yard touchdown for Aiden McGowan. And Thurston passed about 121 yards for 3 touchdowns and really 18, 39, and 64-yard touchdowns. And the 18 and 39 were Buck's catches. I should also say another 38-yard touchdown for him and a 64-yard touchdown pass to Temple. So, just a tremendous effort all the way around. Jones comes in and gets 62 yards, and even Rodriguez comes in and gets 30. So they are really firing on all offensive cylinders. That's not the only thing, but the offense tonight has been really something.
Yeah, well, the offense, obviously coaching these guys the last 3 years. Last year we went to the state game and we relied on, Kennedy, probably 80-90% of the offense. You try to, I'm thinking as a defensive coordinator, who do I stop? If I try to stop Buck in a jet sweep, they run Connell to McGowan. They fake it and they throw the ball to Cordell Jones at Temple. They got Viola coming down the middle of the field. They're multifaceted. They're going to be a hard team to stop, and their line is very, very good. But offensively, I'll tell you one thing, they're a juggernaut. I'm very impressed. But on the other side of the ball, defensively, 1 first down, and that was on a penalty. They've had 3 interceptions. Isaac Alzafazi has at least 8 tackles. I haven't been keeping the stats. Anthony Tavares has at least 3 or 4. Henry Spence has been dominating at nose. Braden Wales had an interception, a bunch of tackles. Miles Hang is playing great at corner. I can go on and on. Their defense is really good. I call it a 5-1. They're sending the middle linebacker. They're sending 6-man pressure, playing a lot of cover 1, man-to-man. But I'll tell you one thing. Every time that quarterback's run an interception, a defensive lineman is in their face.
There isn't much room for improvement. That may be in the area of penalties.
Yeah, well, as a coach, you want to be a perfectionist, and he's not going to be happy at that last drive. They had a nice drive and get first and goal and don't get in. So I'm my guess that's what he's talking about right now. Missed an extra point. That's not good, and some penalties hurt. The one big mistake was the fumble recovery for a touchdown. They ran a play pass. There was a one-man route to Buck. Buck was covered. He probably should have just threw it 10 yards over his head and now go 2nd and 10. My guess, Coach Green is saying, hey, if it's not open, if we got one-man route, just let it go. That got Lewiston back in the game. But other than that, there wasn't a lot of mistakes. Louis looked good. I know Coach Green said, I want to get him in the offense. He's thrown 3 touchdown passes. Now you got to worry about him. As a defensive coordinator, I'd rather be up here with you than try to defend that team. I know that.
Well, as the winds pick up, we'll bring you the second half in a moment, folks. So we are back, folks.
Portland to receive the kick.
Deep kick. Picked up at the 9 and downed.
Is that Temple?
Yeah.
That was my guess. That was probably planned by Coach.
And what would you speculate that would be for? Don't get hurt?
Or don't score a touchdown because I want to run an offensive series. Remember, when you get to 35 points, it's running time. So I know Coach would have he wants a couple long series with his offense, especially after getting stopped at the end of the half.
That is so interesting. My goodness. That sounds Belichickian to me.
Basic spread set by Portland. Little power.
And here comes McGowan on the right side, folks, and he's going to go forth and down the races once again.
80 yards.
Oh, my God, an 80-yard touchdown pass.
A penalty back in the 47. Yeah. Two penalties. One's coming way back.
Yeah.
I didn't see the early one. I don't like the one on Temple. I thought Temple downfield was blocking great. I think that was a bad call. I didn't see the one in the backfield. The only guy that mad Steve right now is Aiden. He just had an 80-yard run for nothing. It's an 80-yard wind sprint.
Right. Does he come out or stay in? So let's see where they spot the ball here.
I didn't see it. I thought it was well blocked, but again, without replay, we can't tell.
Well, it backs Portland up considerably to the 10-yard line here, 1st and 20.
Oh, they did bring Lisandro in. They gave Aiden a break.
And it looks like Jones.
Cordell Jones with Lisandro leading him around the end. A little power. Picked up 14.
Be about 2nd and 6.
God, Steve, their depth is so good. They bring Cordell Jones in. They've got Lisandro Rodriguez come in. Cordell Jones is coming out. Rodriguez is staying in.
Ball in the 23. Going to call it 2nd and 7. Handoff up the middle
to Rodriguez.
Yeah.
Nice defense by Lewiston.
That was Durr on the tackle.
Do you ever notice, too, when they put those signs up, they're actually protecting Coach Green from being looked at by the opposing coach?
It's unbelievable.
Little trips formation to pull in sideline, a pistol formation. Got a penalty on Lewiston. Offsides, and I'll make a 3rd and 1. But it's interesting to see when I'm looking at those signs over there. If you watch them right now, see how Coach is there, and the sign will try to get. Coaches are always paranoid of other coaches. All right, here's a double wing, the old Gorham formation.
3rd and 2.
Little buck, little sweep to Buck. Off tackle, first down.
Well done. Is it about a 4-yarder or so?
That's old school football, Steve. Double tight, double wing, foot to foot. They come right at you.
Ball on the 34-yard line. 33. 1st and 10. 9:44 left here in the 3rd quarter.
Little off tackle of McGowan again. Well defended by Lewiston.
He took a punch to the face there. The end.
Sands on the stop.
Give him a 1-yard gain there, I guess. 2nd and 9.
This is their quick screen formation. That has been successful so far. And they do it again.
My goodness, you called it, and a perfect play. And it's Hunter Temple.
15, yeah, he scored. He scored on that play at the end of the half on the same exact play. It's just, Steve, if you're going to defend it with just 2 guys, an offensive coordinator is going to throw it over, and over again.
As they march down here, it's on the 47-yard line.
2x2, 4 wide receivers. McGowan's in the pistol, which means right behind the quarterback. Now he steps up. Little inside give.
Straight down, 1st down and more here on the left side. Brought down after about a 15-yard gain again. And, you know, it looks like they're always a threat to break away, and they've done it several times tonight.
Well, again, you can't tackle him with one guy. He's a big, strong kid, but he's pretty slippery for a kid that as rugged as he is. Same formation, 2x2, I call it. 2 receivers on each side split out.
Long count. Here we go.
4 verticals.
Too far for Temple.
But I'll tell you, give him credit there. He was covered, and my guess is at halftime he was told, if you're looking for a guy who's covered, throw the ball away. Don't put the ball down and allow it to be sacked. I think he learned right there. I guarantee Coach Green says, if you look at him, he's not open, airmail it. Now it's 2nd and 10. And that's the only mistake Louis made in the first half. And he's very coachable. He's a smart kid.
So it is.
Little power to McGowan. Great block by Cordell Jones.
McGowan on the carry.
But I'll tell you a real quick story, Steve, about Louis Thurston. His freshman year 2 years ago got hurt. He's out for the year. He went to every practice. He listened to defense. He listened to offense. He learned the playbook on both sides of the ball. That kid, most kids wouldn't come back to practice out for the year. He never missed a practice. He learned the game of football, and it's paying off right now. Smart kid.
That is amazing.
Great kid, too.
Yeah, you like to see that.
He's a leader.
3rd and 4 here for the Dogs, folks. Buck comes through in the jet sweep and straight through. 1st down and much more. It's like about maybe 14, 15 yards on that.
Now again, everyone expects a jet sweep to be an outside play. He saw it could be inside or outside. He saw a lane and he goes to it. It's not always way outside. If you defend it well, you force the guy to go way outside. Buck turned his shoulders and went downfield and got yards.
Dogs inside the red zone here. The ball on about the 17, 1st and 10.
This is their power set again, or a counter to McGowan. Nope, jet sweep the Buck again.
Yeah, why not? Straight up the middle.
Running hard. They're setting up that counter to McGowan. Jet sweep. They're going to come back with McGowan.
And
1st and goal.
Yeah, 1st and goal. Another 10-yard run there for Buck. The ball is first and goal on about the 7. What's your prediction, Mike? You've been about as good as Tony Romo today in predictions, which is very
good. I
good.
a counter to McGowan here. If you're on buck in motion, fake it to buck, come back with a counter. Oh, guess what? Here it is, counter.
Oh, my goodness. I cannot even believe it.
He got tackled at the half-yard line. I wish I was that good in the coaching a big game. I wish I could guess that good. Well, again, Steve, I also know these kids. I think they're running a lot of the same stuff we ran last year.
That's tremendous, though.
Little quarterback sneak here for the touchdown. They're going a little wedge.
That's exactly what they do, and he powers in.
Perfect. Louis Thurston, 1-yard run.
Makes it 40-6, which is how the game ended at halftime against Edward Little. The big thunderstorm came in, and that was the end of that. And the coaches decided that was going to be the end of it.
And I was a quarterback, and I'll tell you, running backs hate that. The running back runs it all the way down the field at a half-yard line. I call my own number for a quarterback sneak. I get my name in the paper. Oh, my God, running backs hated that. I got you down at the half-yard line, you run a quarterback sneak. Come on.
That's through.
Yeah.
41-6 Dogs with 5:50 left in the third quarter. Here we go, folks. We are back. Boom. Bouchard kicks a line drive, and it goes past the Lewiston player. He's going to pick it up.
His knee was down.
Yeah, so he's down at about, oh my goodness, about the 6. Not a good place for them to be.
And you see why I think Hunter Temple put that knee down. He didn't want an 80-yard kickoff return. Then his offense doesn't get on the field for the rest of the game. He wanted one good set, and that was good. That was like a 12-play drive. That was a perfect way to end the game on the offense. No, I don't know why the time's not running.
So it should be running time right now.
It should be running time right now.
Maybe it will once it starts. Maybe it won't stop.
Great defensive left side again. Oh, we got a flag on something.
Flag on the play.
It's a late flag.
Now the clock should be going.
Holding on Portland.
Personal foul, Steve, on someone on the Portland team. I thought... Another great defense. Isaac Al-Jafaji. Another big play. He's up to almost double figures in tackles. He's playing a great game right now.
So
it is running now.
Yeah, well, we just had a conversation with the fellow who runs the clock, and he said that he did get the signal, but he has to stop it for penalties.
I see. I was a referee for 10 years. I don't think you stop for penalties. I think you stop it just for scoring and change of possession, but they might have changed the rules. Great play by Isaac again, Steve.
What else is new?
Oh, his name has been called a lot.
He's already a leader in Class A.
Wales is blitzing again. Come with a little X stunt. He does. Comes again.
Good pressure by Portland. That's going to be an incomplete pass.
No.
Well, his arm looked like it was going forward there.
Who was in there?
59 and 53 for Portland.
59.
So Mustafa Muhammad and Henry Spencer.
Mustafa Muhammad, yes. Great pressure by Musta. There's some more depth for the Portland defense. Yep, Musta is in there. 59. Henry Spencer was a pressure also.
So here we go, 3rd and 11.
Looks like Coach Marston is giving some people some breaks out there. I think I see Anthony Lavoie out there, 50. Yep, Anthony Lavoie is also out there in the defense.
Sounds like a basketball player that we know.
Straight man-to-man, empty for Lewiston. Straight cover 0 by Portland. No free safety.
Fumble. Picked up.
Great defense again.
Jeffrey Maine going for a loss. Portland will take over at the Lewiston 18-yard line.
I think Lavoie was in there, along with Mustafa Muhammad again.
So with running time, Lewiston goes for it. Very, very deep.
Again,
they
got fourth down, but
yeah.
I mean the clock should stop on a change of possession and then start up again.
Yeah. Okay. I actually think the announcer got that a little wrong, and I was oh my goodness gracious!
Kicked right into the ground. Picked up by
boom.
Another turnover.
That was Al-Kafaji who had the ball.
It was,
I think.
It might have been Lisandro Rodriguez. Lewiston kicked it right into the ground.
Well, things are not going that well for Lewiston. It's 1st and 10 on the 15 here.
Portland is still have their number ones in there.
That surprised you, Mike?
It's up to a coaching decision. He might want the offense to play a complete 3 quarters. I don't blame him. I'd do the same thing.
Up the middle is Jones.
Oh, I think it's Lisandro Rodriguez.
Lisandro Rodriguez, rather, yep.
Ball's loose. Portland recovered it, though.
Well, he gets a few on it then. A few yards.
Portland's offensive line is stayed the same. All the starters are in. The only substitute is Rodriguez from McGowan. I think this is a bad. They score here. I don't think you'll see the number ones anymore.
2nd and 8.
Little fade to Temple.
Too far.
Yep.
Thurston's had a nice night tonight. He's had 3 touchdown passes, or 4. Let's see, he's had 3 touchdown passes and a run for a yard as well.
When he threw that first pass of the game, I thought it was a pretty good pass. It was a little underthrown. That was his only mistake, throwing an interception. Overall, I thought he's had a great game. McGowan is back in. I'm expecting him to get the football.
Now, it looks like Portland wants a timeout. And so we'll take 1-2 with 1:13 left in the 3rd quarter, and the Dogs firmly in command. Okay, folks, 3rd and 8 here.
Well, they could easily run that quick screen again to the left. They don't like this 2-on-2 over there. They don't. They run McGowan off tackle. Touchdown straight through.
Oh, my goodness. What a wide open hole.
14 yards. Well, you know what it is. They're in that quick screen formation. You run it. Give the ball back to McGowan.
And you keep
very impressive.
Keep the defense guessing.
They're really, really, again, it's the first time I've seen them live. They're extremely difficult to defend. I mean, Coach Green's got to be just happy as a clam watching this tonight. They get so many weapons to beat you. And don't forget the offensive line. They've been unbelievable.
You know, it's early in the season.
No good.
Well, that's unfortunate, but it's 47-6, and you know it's so early in the season, but the way they've dominated, you know, these teams, and the way they beat Thornton, you know, 3 games into it, Can they run the table?
Well, the rest of the schedule, again, on paper, they should go undefeated. I mean,
Right.
their schedule is, Class A's down a little bit this year. They don't play Oxford Hills, but, they handle them in the scrimmage pretty good. They're going to have to beat Oxford Hills. The issue is Oxford Hills will probably go undefeated too. That is, if they're both undefeated, Oxford Hills has a stronger schedule, they may play at home. So we would rather have a game at Fitzy. Again, we're going to look at, we're going to beat Oxford Hills sometime down the road, and we're going to have to beat Thornton Academy. And stay healthy.
Well, Bangor comes in next to play Lewiston.
And Falmouth plays Portland at home next week.
That's right. We travel to Falmouth.
Yes, we could do that, Falmouth, yes. Another short kick. Oh, face mask.
Yeah. No flag.
No flag. Got away with one. That was Quinn Bruce on the tackle, number 35.
Jaden Sands on the return. He's asking for it to be a face mask, and they're going to conference it.
They are talking about it.
But I guess they just didn't see it.
Yep, they called it.
Oh,
I don't know. I didn't see
Personal foul on the play.
didn't see a flag, but
That happened in the last game. We were quite confused, actually, when a flag doesn't go down, and they call it anyway.
oh, he actually picked it up. He might have just dropped it. Most referees throw it up in the air. I think he just dropped it. Yeah, most referees will throw it and it goes way up in the air.
So 1st and 10, another personal foul.
Portland is
Dogs.
keeping their number one defense in.
51 seconds left here in the third quarter and running time.
Oh,
My goodness.
Fumble recovered. Oh, 50, Mustafa Muhammad.
Yeah. And
I think Spencer made the play, though.
yeah.
I think Henry Spencer and Braden Wales sacked the quarterback, and Mustafa Muhammad picked up the ball. Another big turnover for the Dogs.
Goodness.
They definitely have not called off the Dogs, no pun intended, that defensively. They're coming every play. I think Poland called a timeout to put the number 2s in. They're going to organize a JV offense. I think you're going to see the JV offense, JV defense the rest of the game.
43 seconds left, folks, in the third quarter. 47-6 is the score. Your Portland Bulldogs in front. So we're on, folks. There's a flag on the play. As the Portland JV players are in the game, or lots of substitutes here. We have a delay.
Unsportsmanlike conduct in
unsportsmanlike.
Lewiston.
Okay.
The new quarterback is Ryder, is it Logier?
Yeah.
Logier, and the ball carrier was Devin Hall. I believe Devin's a senior.
It's nice to see them get some time. I guess he's stopping the clock at penalties.
I don't know what they're doing here.
And the referees know it because they're starting it again. So
Lewiston is also subbed.
Lozier has one in motion. Jet sweep to number 42.
Alex Martin. I did talk to Coach Green, assuming this was going to happen. He was very high on Alex Martin. I believe that's Jack Martin's younger brother. I asked him, when the JVs come in, who do you really look to? He said, this Alex Martin's a dude. He was very high on him in the future.
Another timeout, folks. We'll have the end of the quarter. So the end of the third quarter, the Dogs in front, 47-6. We'll be back. So Steve Schwartz, Mike Rutherford, WPPS TV3. Hopefully continuous running time here. 47-6 is the score. Number 6 picks it up.
It's a jet sweep to Charlie Thompson. One of my favorite players last year. Charlie's a nice little player.
And he picks up, let's see, they say about 2. That's not correct, however, the scoreboard.
I don't know why they're not running the clock. They just started it again. The reason we do this is for games that get out of hand.
It's as close as we come to a 10 or 15 run rule in baseball.
Logier's running himself.
Righto Lozier on the carry. Short at first down. Aiden Sands on the stop. Along with J.J. Durr.
4th down here for the Dogs, and it looks like they're going to go for it.
My guess is they'll get the ball Devin Hall straight up the middle. See if they can get the first down.
Oh my goodness.
Alex Martin.
But straight up the middle.
Little jet sweep. Cut it up the middle, got the first down.
He gets the first down. He does. But a 5-yard gain there for Martin.
For Alex Martin.
So the Dogs 1st and 10, as you can really feel the wind. You might even be picking it up on our microphone here, but the wind is really starting to pick up out there, as it is supposed to do, all the way up to the point of a possibly 50 to 60 mile an hour gust here. Not so much at this time, but maybe this time tomorrow night. This is a Friday night here, folks, that we're here. Great penetration.
It's definitely going to have an impact on the Dolphins-Patriots game Sunday night. They're talking 40 mile per hour gusts. It'll be interesting for that football game. And that was Devin Hall.
Yeah, and great penetration by Riker Parody there. The point is well taken. I had a chance to have tickets, and I think I decided, both because I have to work next week and also because of the weather, I was going to probably pass up the
I've
Dolphins.
been on Sunday night games. You get out of there, you get home at 3 in the morning. It's
not easy.
It's a long, and then the next day is even longer.
Yeah, exactly.
They're probably, it looks like they're going to run a jet sweep to Jack Martin, I'm going to guess. And a little fake jet sweep run by the quarterback, Lozier.
Nice defensive play there.
But a really nice play again. Deep penetration by 76, who is J.J. Durr. Great player for Lewiston.
But overall, Dogs looked really good tonight. Offensive, defensively. Didn't give up a point on defense. I think they got 1 first down all game.
It's a 3rd and 19 here for the Dogs.
Well, let's see him throw the ball. Yep, we're going to see Lozier throw the ball. Lefty, he's open.
Well, it looks like it might have been intercepted.
It was intercepted.
Going the other way. I mean, it acts like a punt on 3rd down, but it acts like a punt.
The clock is still moving, finally.
Montel Spearman on the interception. Correction, make that
Yusuf Buha with the interception.
So deep in their own territory, though, as the ball is on the 7-yard line. And it'll be 1st and 10.
Now we'll get to see some Portland backups on defense. Portland called timeout to set up the defense.
Lewis didn't realize it.
You got to love it. You know, I've coached for a long time, and you work so much with your first team. You don't really get a chance to work on your second team. And usually call time on what they're doing right now is, okay, I need a defensive end. I need another defensive end. I need a nose guard. I need a tackle. I need a literally, that's what they're doing. Who could play corner? Okay, you play corner. Who
Oh,
can play
my
safety?
God.
They're doing it right now. You can see them.
That's amazing.
I've done that. Especially with the varsity defensive coordinator. They don't work with the JVs. So they don't know. Coach, who do you, give me a safety. Give me a corner. They see guys running in. I can play safety.
Well, we'll take a timeout, too.
Okay.
So they're back on the field. It'll be interesting to see, Mike, just who the Dogs do have lined up out there, because a lot of new names.
A lot of new names.
I see Quinn Bruce, number 35, out there, linebacker. Or maybe in the corner, actually. And he gets in on that tackle.
He does. Good call. Yep. Quinn was right in there. 77. PJ Vumper made a nice play right there.
Vumpa is a familiar name because there was a Vumpa who was a kicker for the Dogs.
I wonder if he's got to be related. The kick was pretty good.
Yeah, he was indeed.
Really good.
And as I recall, also a good soccer player.
He was an excellent soccer player.
So 2nd and 4 now for the Blue Devils. Running time, 7 minutes left here in this contest. And a flag on the play. Looked like motion, but we'll see.
Dylan Fusco is the Mike linebacker.
I wonder if it's any relation to Coach Fusco. Mike DeFusco. Oh, that's Mike DeFusco.
There's a lot of Fuscos in Portland.
Yeah, there are, aren't there? I remember.
I grew up with a few.
Well, Joe was a great player for all the way from Portland Little League, I think, through.
I coached Joe. Joe was one of the better defensive ends I've ever coached.
Amazing. Great young man. All the way around. It's a long way to get not much.
Nice play by the corner over there.
This might be binocular time.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a bunch of them out there, but...
Is it... It might have been Charlie Thompson again, number 6.
Yes, that's what I was thinking.
I think it was Charlie. We were actually very high on him last year. We liked him. Liked him a lot. If he could grow, if he grew a little bit, he was going to be good.
3rd and 6. 5:40 left as the clock ticks down. Handoff up the middle.
Number 4.
It's Tafari Corson James was one of their better players. Still in.
Yeah, Alex Martin on the tackle.
They'll move the chains here with just about 5 minutes left in this contest. Mercifully, really, for the Blue Devils at this point.
Yeah, I think they got it. I think, talking to Coach Green, obviously I wouldn't say it before, he was quite confident it was going to end up like this. I mean, we call that a cookie game. When the game is on paper, you're going to win the game. I think he fully expected this. I mean, he'll be upset over certain things, but for the most part, he's going to be very happy.
Located throughout the facility.
Well, another nice run for Corson James, but or at least
nice tackle by Quinn Bruce.
A better tackle than a run, actually.
Good tackle by Quinn.
Devin Hall on the stop for the Bulldogs.
Jason Varsity is the head coach for Lewiston.
Yeah, they're in a kind of a rebuilding stage. Last year they had a running back that was a dude. They're big up front. They just got to get a little better, that's all. But they did have a big win last week against South Portland.
Nice 70-yard effort at the end. And a field goal to actually win it. Coming around.
Nice play.
Gosh, nice penetration there.
That was Devin Hall, senior on the tackle.
Devin Hall on the stop. Hall was spotted at the Lewiston 25, 3rd and 8.
Makes it 3rd and 8. 3.5 minutes left. This game is really, winding down here. And Mike and I won't have to spend much time wrapping up because it was not as active a second half as it was a first half. And a lot of the reason is because of running time and really your second team in here, which is great to get them some reps if you can.
Absolutely.
You're going to air it out here.
Nice play by number 14, which is Jack
And almost caught by Quinn Bruce.
Jack Martin, an excellent play.
So here we go now.
Back for Paul, and I believe that's Alex Martin. It's good to see two brothers in the game at the same time. Jack Martin and Alex Martin.
Oh, it's a nice punt. Drives Martin back. Yeah, that's
great punt.
Yeah.
I think that's a Lewiston highlight of the game right there, Steve.
I mean, when I just have to say though, do you let's say this was much more important. I mean, do you want your men to line? You want your players to line up? I assume a little back further so that to be prepared for something like that, or no?
It's hard. I think when the JVs come in, the head coach is really just kind of watching the game. You just hope they go out there and don't get hurt. Let them play, run around and bang into each other. You're not really game planning anything. You have no idea how their JV kicker is going to kick it. The varsity kicker, you scout and you find out exactly how far he's going to kick it. The JV game, you have no idea.
Yeah, very interesting.
We're calling too many timeouts here, Steve.
A minute 35 left. We could have been out of here by now, folks, but we're going to take a break.
Clock's running.
And here we are. One in motion, and he's got the ball, number 6. What a great
Charlie
effort.
Thompson.
Yep. Takes off.
I think they call timeout to put some more in. I think you get another quarterback playing. Like, what number? I think it's a different quarterback.
Yeah, let's see. I think maybe 17, who would be Jack Fuller, freshman.
Yep. That's why they call timeout. They're putting kids who haven't been in a game yet.
Oh, we have a Lewiston player who's really upset. "25 seconds here. This is going to do it, folks.
I believe that is going to do it.
So 47-6 is going to be the final. The teams will line up. And we'll catch them shaking hands. And the time runs out. And we will be back to wrap up in just a moment. So, Mike, there isn't much that we can say that hasn't already been said. The Dogs won 47-6. They dominated in really every aspect of this game.
They did, Steve. I mean, I was very impressed. I mean, it's my first time. I've seen them on film. First time seeing these guys live, and they're the real deal. I mean, they are multifaceted on offense. I mean, they can hurt you with Temple. They can hurt you with Buck. They can hurt you with McGowan. They can hurt you with the quarterback, Thurston. They can hurt you with Rodriguez as a backup. And again, we talk about all the star players that scored touchdowns, but that offensive line was excellent today. You've got Lavoie, you've got Swanson, you've got Kelly, you've got Tavares. Viola's a tight end. I mean, they were awesome. And up front, they on both sides of the ball.
Yeah, and not only them, but then, of course, you go to your Isaac Al-Kafaji and Spencer's, and, I mean, just all the way through, really, just on both sides of the ball.
Yeah, defensively, one first down. And that was cause of a penalty. Didn't get any points because the points were scored on an offensive turnover. I mean, they dominated. And granted, Lewiston's not one of the top-tier teams, but still, you take care of business, and they did. I mean, they're a team by the end of the year. If they stay healthy, I'll tell you one thing. I've got them as a favorite to win a state championship.
No, let's hope. If you're a Portland fan, certainly. We'll let you know also that Deering ended up winning tonight. So they're 3-0 tonight in Class B. It's a good time right now for the Portland Public Schools.
Yeah, it is. And I really appreciate having me. It was fun watching these kids. I've coached them for the last 3 years. It's been fun watching them up in the stands.
It's been great having you, Mike. And we've learned so much. Hopefully you have too, folks. This is Steve Schwartz along with Mike Rutherford saying so long from Lewiston, where tonight the Portland Bulldogs have soundly defeated the Blue Devils. Good night, folks.
Good night.